What it is, folks, it's your homeboy First, back again with another episode of the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on something. Make sure you watch all segments of episode 191 of Put It On Something. You understand? As you can see here, I have with us the real brains behind this operation, okay? My brilliant, beautiful baby girl, my happy. Okay, I call her my happy. Why do I call you my happy?
Because I make you happy.
Because she makes me happy. Now that may sound simplistic to you, okay, but when her dad is going through it, all I gotta do is see my baby girl, and she's gonna make me happy. You understand? She just gave me a brilliant idea, okay, about something. She came in here and she saw the title of this segment. Okay, because I'm talking about Jackson State women's basketball and how those queens ran my blood pressure up against Southern. And my daughter said, well, Daddy, do you have that on your list for famous black quotes? You know, I'm doing that for Black History Month. Happy Black History Month to all the real ones out there, you feel me? But I'm telling you, this is the real brains behind the operation right here. The girl has a knack. She just has that it factor, okay? She's always thinking, you know what I'm talking about? This is the future CEO of IG Entertainment, and I am so blessed to have my beautiful baby girl, okay? Now, Daddy got to get to work because I might have to give some straightening because those ladies sure enough ran my blood pressure up, and we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. So, yes, again, make sure you watch all segments of episode 191 to Put It On Something. Also, make sure you fuck with our sponsor, the King McNeil Collection. That is the King McNeil Collection. Fuck with them for all of your needs in terms of fraternity and sorority gear. Go to kingmcneil.com or download the app. Your first purchase on the app will get you 15% off. Also, pay attention to all or any other deals that they may be running. Okay, that is the King McNeil Collection. Tell them First sent you. Also, I am open to any other sponsorship opportunities. Okay, make sure you hit me up on one of my socials. I preferably Instagram, you know what I'm talking about? That's at first_realist_100. You know what I'm talking about? Hit me up, hit me up, hit me up. I am open for business, you feel me? But let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Because the dynasty of Jackson State University did run my blood pressure all the way up versus Southern. Okay, and I was not expecting that. All right, I was not expecting that. But ultimately, we got the job done this week, swept another week. Okay, we knocked off Southern by a score of 63 to 58. All right, we got to talk about that one. And we went to Itabena and knocked off Valley by a score of 70 to 54, okay? So, despite them running my blood pressure up, it is still only right. It is still only proper. It is still fitting that we strike up the motherfucking band. Let's go! Love the boom as always. Love the boom. Okay. Appreciate all y'all that watch my shout out to the boom. You feel me? Shit, the boom don't give you time though. All right. After I put out my shout out, I learned that they also brought out Tabitha Brown, okay, or did something for her birthday celebration, talking about when she came to town. And shout out to all y'all real ones that turned up for her, you feel me? My little boo thing had tickets to that thing, talking about I bought my little boo thing tickets to that thing, but my little boo thing preferred to go watch Jackson State play with me, you feel me? And we saw a classic. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, see, neither one of us wanted to miss. We don't want to miss any of the games, but we sure enough didn't want to miss this game because of what transpired last year in the SWAC tournament with that little girl hitting that running three-pointer to knock us out of the tournament. Heartbreaking. It's a moment we don't discuss in my household, okay? If it's brought up, I begin to snap out, okay? So we wanted to be in the building because as we have been on this, what I call the straightening tour, this is the reason, or this team is the reason why we had to give out the straightening because of what Southern did. Okay, they denied us that SWAC tournament championship again. Now I told y'all before, I'm gonna keep saying the regular season is what I value more. You got 2 months of ball to see who the best is, and clearly we see that the Dynasty is the best team in the SWAC, and it's been that way for years now. Okay, basically half of a decade now, the Dynasty has been the best team in the SWAC. All right, but when it comes to that automatic tournament bid, gotta win the tournament. Gotta win your conference tournament. So when it comes to the automatic NCAA tournament bid, you gotta win your conference tournament. That's what I mean. And Southern robbed us of that. So I thought that the Dynasty were gonna come out that bitch and basically do what they did in the fourth quarter. I thought that's what they were gonna do in the first quarter. I thought they were going to come out mad as hell and hit these girls, metaphorically speaking, in the mouth. That's what I thought was going to transpire. Okay? That ain't what transpired, Jack. That is not what the fuck went on. Okay? In the first quarter, the score was 10-7. Okay? Second quarter, we got outscored 10-7 us, by the way. And in the second quarter, we got outscored 25-7. 25-7 in one quarter, okay? But it's even worse than what you're really thinking, okay? Because really, most of our points were coming from the free throw line. In the first quarter, y'all, we made one goddamn shot, and they made two. All right, so it was a defensive struggle in the first quarter, all right? Got our scores at the line, like I said. In the second quarter, we did not score our first fucking field goal until 1:59. 1:59. That's when we made our first shot of the second quarter, and that was our second field goal of the entire game. It came with 1:59 left in the second quarter. We could not buy a basket. Now, Southern was playing good defense. I gotta give that to him as well, but we were just missing some shots too. Okay, we were missing some shots. So maybe this is just the coach in me talking. I'm not sure. I would love to interview the ladies about this, and I will reach out to several other queens, talking about and members of the coaching staff as well when the season is over. I don't like to bother folks when they're in season. Okay, I like to get at you, in the off season. I will be, hollering at some football players as well. What I'm talking about. But I digress. But I would love to talk to them and just see what was the mindset going into this game, because it seemed to me that they were kind of tight. That they kind of felt some type of way about the game as well, maybe. And that can hurt shooting. That can hurt shooting. Okay. So much of the game is mental. People say that all the time, but I'm telling y'all, as a former player and coach, man, and as a former shooter, And fuck form, I still shoot, spray that thing. Fuck we talking about. All right. As a shooter, it if something's off mentally, you hear people talk about I can't get my rhythm. That's mental. Your rhythm is a mental thing. Okay, it's like you're really not locked in and in the groove. All of these things are mental things. So I think that maybe we were kind of tight. Maybe we wanted to beat these girls so motherfucking badly, and we couldn't execute offensively because of that. We couldn't properly do what we need to do to get a bucket because of that. Okay. So yeah, one field goal made in the first quarter, and then we didn't make our second field goal until 1:59 left in the second quarter. Okay. And shit, that's how you end up with a halftime deficit of 32-17, down 15 at the half. All right. Now we came out in the third quarter and put forth a much better showing. All right. We scored more field goals in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter than we scored in the entire first half. Let me run that back for y'all last now. In the third quarter, we scored more field goals in the first 2 minutes of that quarter than we did the entire first half. Okay. And we stormed back in that third quarter, and that was led by Angel. I want to say she had a nice mid-range jumper. She hit nice layup, you know what I'm talking about? Nice little vibe in that bitch, okay? But then Angel went out, and we lost our momentum. And they went to a 2-2-1 press, and we weren't making them pay for that shit. Now, I was up there getting frustrated then, okay? I was up there getting frustrated. See, one thing I like about my player partner, Anthony Carlisle, who I consider the best high school basketball coach in the state of Mississippi. Shout out to him. He deserves to be a head coach in college basketball. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay, I'm gonna keep saying that. But shout out to him. But one thing I always liked about him is he would always say, shit, if somebody press us, we gonna make them pay for that shit. Because if you're pressing, you are gambling. You're trying to get a turnover. Okay. So he was like, shit, we gonna make your motherfucking ass pay for gambling. Okay. So if you in a 2-2-1, that means you got two people up front at the top of the press, you got two people somewhere in the middle, you only got one person back. Oh, that one person finna get fucked over back there. We finna score. We finna not only break this press to get it across that line, we finna goddamn break the press to score. You feel me? And so I was getting frustrated about that because it seemed like we weren't trying to make them pay for pressing us. You feel me? And they just took our punch. They took our punch again. We stormed back in that third, but they took that punch, fought back, and actually by the end of the third, these motherfuckers had to increase the lead by 1. So we were down 15 at half, and we went into the fourth down 16. Lord, Lord, Lord. But then, slowly but surely in the fourth, and it looked kind of rough for a while still in that fourth. They were still up double digits, kind of well into the fourth. One thing led to the next, okay? Maya hit a tray ball, okay? Kashana got a bucket, okay? Tilly makes a shot, okay? Things start to transpire. Maya gets a steal. Jalea Hickman, unsung hero. Jalea, her defense, her energy. Okay, she does those little things. I keep telling y'all that girl does things that don't show up in the box score because there's not really a simple stat for on-ball defense. It's not a simple stat for hustle. You feel me? It's not a simple stat for defensive intensity. And that's the kind of shit that young queen brings to us. You feel me? She really does. She really does. Okay. But slowly but surely, we start doing some shit ourselves. We start putting some pressure on these motherfuckers ourselves and getting some steals and getting the crowd into that bit. We were lit. We were lit. Shout out to the crowd in the AAC on last Monday. You did your shit. Shout out to the DJ. Shout out to the student section. I appreciate y'all for doing your motherfucking thing. Okay? That man played that goddamn Chief Keef, and I was right up there with y'all. I was with y'all, because my youngest put me on that Chief. Shit, I know about that. Shit. Right there with y'all. Shout out to the OGs that were in that thing lit. Okay? We were with our team, and from their tweets, they appreciate us. I saw Ken Focusana tweet something about us. I saw Angel Jackson say something about it. Coach Reeves said something about it, okay? They were very appreciative of us for doing that. How about we continue that, y'all? Let's not just do that when they running our goddamn blood pressure up. Let's do that every game and really give our girls and our boys a home court advantage that we can utilize to win, okay? That was like a JPS gym. That's what that shit was. That was JPS ball up in that bitch. Okay? That's what that was. So we got the energy. Y'all done showed me. Oh, you fucked up and showed me that we can do it. You know, I've been asking for it, and you showed me that we got it in us. All right, we got to continue that. All right, we got to continue that. But shout out to everybody who was involved in giving our girls the momentum that they needed. Okay? But most definitely, it was their play, though, that turned us up. It was their play. Okay. So shout out to Coach Reed and her staff for not giving up. Shout out to the girls for staying hungry and doing their jobs. Shots started to fall, but part of the reason shots started to fall is because of the defense that they were playing. Okay, when you're able to goddamn get some steals and then get in transition and do some things, all right. If you're able to get some stops and then get in transition and do some things, that's another thing I was talking about. If we're struggling offensively, goddamn it, let's get a ball and let's run. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get a ball. I always love to tell my players, goddamn, defend, rebound, run. Defend, rebound, run. Hell, we ain't got to set up no motherfucking play. If your ass can get a stop, get the board, and let's beat them down the floor and let's try to go get a layup or open tray ball before they set their shit up. Now, if they get back, okay, we can set up. But we keep putting pressure on your motherfucking ass the entire game, putting pressure, and wearing your ass out, and you don't want to sprint back, shit. Eventually, you're going to get tired. Start fouling and start missing assignments and all that kind of shit. You feel me? So, yeah, we kept fighting and ultimately got it done. You feel me? So, let's look at some team stats from this game real quick, like. All right. As I alluded to, the shooting was ugly. All right. We shot 31% from the field. They shot 32%. We shot 21% from three-point line. They shot 30%. We shot 78% from the free throw line. They shot 72%. Okay. Offensive boards, we only had 12 to their 10. Assists, we had 13 assists. In terms of turnovers, we had 20 motherfucking turnovers. Okay, so that was another reason that we were fucking up. We every time we get up around that 20 number, we struggle. Okay, we can't do that. We gotta limit that. And I'm sure coach and the staff got on them about that. We actually lost points in the paint. We lost points in the paint and still won this game. Okay. And so I hope our ladies don't get the wrong idea from this shit. Because actually, we should have lost. Number one, we should do the way we perform for it's a 40-minute game. We probably played Jackson State basketball for 10 minutes. 5 minutes of the third and 5 minutes of the fourth. Okay. For the other 30 minutes, we looked like shit. That was not Jackson State basketball. And us losing paint points, that's not Jackson State basketball whatsoever. That's not Jackson State basketball. Okay. But we won. So I hope we don't sit up here and think shit gravy and tune out coaching because we got away with that bullshit. Okay. Hopefully that's not the case. It can't be the case where we got UAPB. Okay. And we got that Miss Green ass. She's a hooper. We can't do that bullshit against them. All right. Let's look at some individual numbers real quick. Miss Jackson had 8 points, 5 boards, 3 dimes, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 4s. My girl Maya Crump had 13 points, 7 boards, 4 dimes, 4 steals, 4 big steals, 1 hella athletic steal in the midst of the press. Caught that bitch with 1 hand jumping out of bounds and tossed it back entire girls, okay? Great shit from her. Miss Mahoney had 5 points, 3 boards, okay? Tilly had 20 points, 6 boards, 1 steal, okay, to lead us in scoring. And Kinfolk Kashana had 16, 2 boards, 5 dimes, 2 steals, 4 turnovers though. Okay. And 2 of those, if I'm not mistaken, happened in the late in the fourth. Excuse me, versus their pressure. Okay, but overall, she did have a good game, particularly from the line. Okay, didn't shoot away from the field on a 2 of 8. I kind of like Tilly was 6 of 14, but both of them shot the ball very well from the free throw line. Tilly was 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and Kashana was 11 of 13. Great free throw shooting. Okay, we didn't get anything out of our bench in terms of scoring other than 1 point from Miss Avent, okay? But like I said, Jalea did come in and give us some shit that, again, don't show up on the stat sheet like that for real. On the stat sheet, it looks like she just had 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover, and 5 fouls. But she probably reason she got them damn 5 fouls because she was actually trying to stick some aggressive defense. You feel me? Miss Walker did chip in with 6 boards and 1 block, though, as well. Miss Breland had a steal as well. Miss Rochelle had a board. And Miss Avent, even though she didn't have anything but that 1 point, she did have 4 boards for us. Okay. So yeah, that was the Southern game. That was the Southern game. Real quick, we went up there to Valley, took care of business, as we should. This game was not as eventful as the Southern game, thankfully. All right, we shot 42% in this one. Coach Reed was before I get into the numbers, Coach Reed was sick. Okay. So Coach Cousins is the one that actually led the way for us in terms of coaching in this game. Coach Reed was on the bench, and she would chime in. You could see and hear her from time to time chiming in, but clearly she was under the weather. Also, Tilly was out in this game, and Miss Avent started for her. Miss Mahoney, this was a return back to where she once played, and she eventually got ejected. Okay, things got a little spicy during the game, and I guess they're accusing her of throwing a punch, maybe, or I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know, but those were some of the notable things from the game outside of the numbers. Okay, but now real quick to get back to these numbers. All right, we shot 42% to Valley's 29%. We shot only 26% from 3. They shot 30%. We were bad at the free throw line, 63% to their 75%. We out rebounded them 41 to 28. 14 of those being of the offensive variety. Okay, 17 turnovers, still a little too high for me. Okay, but not at that 20 number. Okay. 1 points in the paint though. So that's back to Jack State basketball. 32 points in the paint to their 18. That's Jack State basketball. Okay. In terms of individual numbers against Valley, Miss Jackson had 4 points, 5 boards, 2 dimes, 1 block. So, a quiet game for Miss Jackson. My girl Maya Crump registered a double-double. 13 points, 11 big boards. 11 big boards. Okay, that girl's athleticism is back and it is on full display. Okay, Miss Mahoney was probably been her biggest offensive output this year. I would have to go back and double check the numbers, okay? But she had 12 points. Okay, 12 points, 7 boards, 1 dime. Okay, so she was playing well, and maybe there's some motivation there. I don't know. All right. Maybe there's some motivation there, but she did well before the ejection. Kim Focusana had 7 points, 3 boards, 2 dimes, 1 steal. All right, Miss Avent had 11 points, 2 boards, 1 steal, filling in for Tilly. You feel me? And off the bench, Miss Pratchett gave us 1 point, 1 board. Miss Walker gave us 4.6 boards. Miss Walker is coming along with the boards. You feel me? I still feel like she has a little more to give offensively. Okay, but I think that is gonna flower maybe next year, okay? But she is starting to come along with the boards, so 6 big boards for her, okay? Miss Breland, all right, gave us 9 points, 1 board, 1 dime, 1 steal, 1 block, okay, from the guard, okay? Miss Hickman did get us a board and a dime, but again, I keep telling y'all, she is a defensive stopper. Miss Hunter was able to register 5 points, 2 boards, 1 dime, 1 steal. Miss Rochelle got her name in the books with 2 boards. Miss Woods got a steal. And Miss Woodhouse was able to register 4 points, 1 dime, and 2 steals. Okay. So, yes, we swept the week, which is what I expected. Okay. But I did not expect for our ladies of the dynasty to do to me what they did to me on last Monday versus Southern. Okay. I have never smoked weed before in my life, ladies. But you made me consider hitting the blunt. I have never been diagnosed with hypertension. Okay. But you made me feel like I needed to go get some of my mama's blood pressure medicine. You understand? My daughter got me at the point now where I gotta sneak to have a drink. And y'all made me want to hit the liquor store up. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But I can't say I didn't have fun. That was probably the most exhilarating game that me and my little boo thing have watched together in a very long time. Probably going back to maybe Kobe and the Lakers going against the Celtics in like 2010. Yeah, somewhere in there. That exhilarating. Or when Kobe's last game versus Utah when he hit that 60. We thoroughly enjoyed that as well. Yeah. That was probably the last time we had that feeling of enjoyment and excitement watching the game together. And I appreciate y'all women for giving that to us despite y'all almost taking me up out this bitch. Put it on some.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.